Tell me why you were in Africa.
Why I'm in Africa? I'm in Africa because I'm an African. That's why, first and foremost. Mumbo. Boy. Because I'm African.
Go Black to Africa on the channel. He's just here sharing his knowledge and sharing his experiences of here on the continent. And I thank you for being here and sharing your truth and wisdom. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode with Go Black to Africa. So this series is part of the Wanderlust For Africa. So I want to ask you, because when I was talking to you on the phone, this concept of being wanderlust, which means the desire to travel, Africa's kind of let out of that box not for you, obviously, but as a whole. Most people are wanderlust for Bali, they're, Indonesia, Europe, the Caribbean, all these other places that people, especially people of color, they would rather go there first than Africa. So why are you wanderlust for Africa?
It's I guess it's for several reasons, and one is for myself, I guess, because that I do a lot of traveling, and Africa really is a new stepping ground for me. That I've been to over 12 countries, and I've visited all the 50 states in America. I'm pretty well traveled, but
Traveler.
Africa has been a place of unknown. And so, it was time for me to come back to where I know I originated from and explore and wonder about, to see what it all has, to give and to offer, and to also to share. So that's one of my reasons. The second reason is, for people in the diaspora, and that is that so many people, like you said, really don't come to Africa because of the propaganda and everything that has been done against Africa. But I feel as though that there was a duty on my part to share that story with the rest out here. So that's the other reason why.
Nice. That's dope.
I was born in Africa. I was here about 2 weeks when my mom had me, but we left out. So Africa always called me back, and also an interest of, knowing where we as a people originated from. And so I started on the venture about 4 years ago, and it had so much footage, and sat there and laid dormant for a while. And I said, I gotta share this, because that was one of my promises that I even gave. The speeches I gave to the people on the tour I was on was that we have to share this information with the world. We just can't just hold on to it. So 3 years later, I decided to go ahead and get my YouTube channel rocking and rolling. So to tell that different narrative, that different story of how Africa really is. From our perspective, our encounters, our relationships and bonds is totally different than anybody else who is from outside of it trying to tell a story. So I want to at least capture that.
Okay, so why the 54 countries? That's your goal, right?
Oh yeah, 54 countries, that's what it consists of. And I will visit all 54. And because each country has its own flavor, its own culture, its own way of life. Mm-hmm. And I know how our people are in the diaspora, but throughout the globe. One country might not be for you. So you might find one country that suits you. And in those 54 countries, you should be able to. So if I can just, get a glimpse, I like to say that all the time, get a glimpse, or give people just a small piece of Africa to see, wow, I want to go check that area out. This is something that I like. I didn't know that exists. At least I give them that opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what was your perception of Africa growing up, and how has it changed?
Yeah.
Coming from America.
Yeah. America did a job in painting Africa as a third world country, undeveloped, impoverished, disease infected, tribal wars, to where it became shameful, distasteful, for I think most people, even that I speak with, who didn't even have an interest of wanting to visit Africa. But I'm the type of person who want to find out for myself, so I decided to come. Yeah.
So how has your perspective come since you've traveled 8 countries?
8 countries. 8 countries, yes. My perspective is that Africa is better than America, and that's real. And people think sometimes, oh, he's hating on America, he don't like America, he had bad experiences. In actuality, Africa is better than America. And this is why I say Africa is better than America. When you don't have to be concerned about obtaining a goal, your dream, when you want to see how far you can stretch yourself in all possibilities, there's no potholes, obstacles in your path to hinder you in that, basically because you're based upon your skin color. Africa it's raw, it's a virgin when it comes to allowing people just to come and be them, as far as doing their business ventures in the way that they feel they should, as long as some of the policies are followed, which are very few in between that you will find, like in America, that the red tape, the bureaucracy, the cost alone in trying to establish some businesses is what hinders people, and they don't have that here in Africa. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what are some of the countries that you're looking forward to? Obviously all 54, but what are some of the top ones that you're just you can't wait to get to?
That's a good question. People always ask me what's my favorites. I don't have favorites. I don't believe one country should stand over another. But the ones I have an interest in going to, definitely the Congo. Congo's gotten a bad rep, and a lot of people are afraid of Congo because of the very strategic moves that the Europeans have done to keep people out and for them to enjoy the gold and the gems and the diamonds and pearls and all of whatever comes in our cobalts, everything
we have in our cell phones.
Yeah. So I used to have that fear. So my thing is that I'm placing myself in a country to see for myself what's going on, and to remove myself out of that fear. I don't have any fear right now, but I used to have whoa, that Congo place, man, it must be really rough. But thanks to those who were brave to go in, African Tiger, she just did the video. I think she's still there in Congo. It was showing Congo. That's one place there. Another place I would be interested in going is Cameroon, because Cameroon is where, according to a DNA test that I did, where the Bamaleke tribe exists, where the markers show that's where my folks kind of have a connection with. Mm-hmm. So Cameroon,
same. I have it's Nigeria and Cameroon almost equal.
Yeah.
Which I think most African Americans have the same kind of makeup.
We do. Mm-hmm. I mean, I tell people, really, if we put away the country lines, we're just a migrating people. We're not a country people. We're not Tanzanian and Kenyans and Ghanaians and Nigerians. These are all European names. And so really, I think the most important thing, what I found interesting when I took my DNA, was that there's possibly a connection through the tribes that they have sampled from. So I find that very unique. And so that's something I'm really interested in visiting, Cameroon area. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how has your experience been thus far here in Tanzania?
It's been
especially
great.
With the mix of being here during this time of COVID, the locals, and then this diaspora community that's building here. Yeah,
it's been great. I mean, there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be right now than in Tanzania. I know I'm in the right place. I know that was heaven sent. Being in predominantly the only country that I know of in Africa, even alone around the globe, who are not following the masses in this so-called COVID scheme of things. And so, I'm one that don't like to be boxed in. and I like to freely roam. And Tanzania offers that to you because of there's no lockdowns, there's no curfews, there's no, mandatory wearing masks and all that there. People are living life free, and so that's why I am really enjoying Tanzania.
Well, thank you again for coming on the channel. You guys check out his channel, and peace and love, y'all. Do you mind if I film your jewelry? I love your jewelry, and I just wanted to be forbidden.
Oh, okay.
Like if you just hold your hands like this.
This is your man, not your boy.
This is your man, not your boy. I like that whole saying that you do. Yes, I appreciate that.